welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another wire wrap tutorial making a ring, but today we're going to be doing a triple wrap. Now I did something like this a couple of weeks ago, but it was more of a simple single wrap, and then I did ending the ring with 4 wraps around the band or around the shank. Today's I'm going to be doing a little bit different. I'm going to do a triple wrap around the stone and then forcing it around the shank. So what you're going to need today for materials for the ring itself, I'm using 20 gauge wire, and this you can get at any craft store. This is a silver plated brass, I believe, very inexpensive. I'm using a Jasper stone. This is kind of a marbleized. This is a 10 millimeter stone, very pretty. For tools, I'm using some flush cutters, wire cutters at an angle, a couple of pair of flat nose or chain nose pliers, and some nylon pliers to help smooth out my wire. You're also going to need a ring mandrel. This is the only one I have, so it is doable. You just have to work with your wire a little more. It's preferable if you have a completely round ring mandrel. I'm also using a rubber mallet for today's project. So go ahead and grab your materials and let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to cut I've got about an 11-inch length of wire that I've cut. And now that I've got that done, I'm going to smooth it out using my nylon pliers. If I can find those. There they are. I thought they got legs and walked away. All right, so you take your nylon pliers and you just smooth your wire, if you have any kinks in it, by running it gently over your wire like that to get the general shape. So now that I've got that smoothed out, I'm going to put my bead on. And this is a 10 millimeter stone, and it's kind of like a marbleized jasper with turquoise colors. And I'm going to kind of center it. About like that. So now I'm going to take my ring mandrel, and I want to make this like about a size 8. So let me put that on my ring mandrel, and I'm just going to position it somewhere near the 8, like that. And I'm going to bring my wires around. It's kind of an awkward position, but just hold it the best you can and wrap your wire around the mandrel one direction, and then bring the other side around opposite like that. So now I'm going to cross this over the top like that, and this one over the bottom like that. So now I'm going to bring my chain nose pliers and just kind of try to squeeze this together to kind of get the shape started. Do the same thing on this side, just kind of squeeze this together a little bit. Now I'm going to bring my wire up around the bead like this. Now I'm going to bring the one on the left down around the bead. Try to bring it down underneath. Now I'm going to wrap it again, coming back up. I'm going to bring this one down. Then one more time, down on this side, and then up on this side, like that. You need to have enough wire left to be able to wrap around your shank. So that's about a triple wrap right there. So I'm going to pull this off. Actually, before I pull it off, I'm going to squeeze this together again. Bring my shank together there. And then squeeze my shank together there, just to kind of help get it shaped. There we go. Now we'll pull this off. And I'm going to wrap this wire, try to hold it all in place I'm going to bend this down, bring it through my ring, and pull. And I'm going to try to bend this around the shank without shifting your shank. And now I'm going to squeeze a little bit here, like that, to get that in place. Now I'm going to bring this back over and keep your shank from twisting. Bring this over, then squeeze. Now bring this down through, pull, straighten your shank, squeeze. I'm going to use my other flat nose pliers. Pull this around, squeeze. Now this has a little bit of a flatter surface, makes it a little easier to keep things straight. Now I'm going to bring this down for one more wrap. Straighten your shank. Pull that over. And I'm going to clip this off about right here. And you want to clip it to where it's on the outside of your ring. Now I'm going to squeeze this down so there's no sharp edge. Just check it. Make sure your shank is straight. Now we're going to go to the other side, flip it around, get your wire over like that. Bend this down, bring it through your ring, pull. Now squeeze this down a little, try to get that flat around your shank, pull, bring that over, keep your shank straight. There we go. Now we're going to bring this back through, pull, straighten your shank, squeeze, and then pull this back around and down, squeeze again, bring this over, and we're going to clip this about right here. So try to pull it up at an angle, clip it, squeeze the sharp edge down, make sure your shank is straight. And if that gets away from you, just pull it back up. And you could straighten your ring a little bit here, bring that up closer, like that. That looks pretty good. So our final step is to get these wires so that they're close together. Now I'm going to put this on my mandrel and get the final shape. So I'm going to just bring this down and lightly tap this with my rubber mandrel. Let's take a look and see how that looks. flip that over and do that one more time. Pull that off. And that looks pretty good. So the final size on this ended up being about a 7.5, I believe, to an 8. That ended up being about a 7.5. So it takes some practice to get your sizing down. So you'll have to adjust accordingly as when you start your ring where you want your finish size to be. So there you have it. We have this beautiful triple wire wrapped ring. Let's put that on a form so you can see that. It came out pretty nice. And it didn't take long to make. Isn't that beautiful? So there it is, our completed triple wire wrapped single stone ring. And that, again, I said was a 10mm stone. You can go smaller if you don't want something quite so large. Very easy to make. I will have a list of the supplies for today's tutorial in the description box. If you click more at the bottom of this video, you'll get to see all the details on what you need for today and where you can get it. So I also sell my own jewelry. I'll have a link to my website in the description box as well if you want to check out and see all the beautiful rings I've made. I've made quite a few of these, so you'll get to check it out and see the different variations that you can try out. Also, if you're not a subscriber, I hope that you do subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you to all of you who have subscribed. I really appreciate you coming back to watch my videos and leaving comments. It's greatly appreciated. So with that said, I hope that you have a wonderful week. Happy beading, everyone, and I'll see you next time.